Well, we 4-10, bro. We 4-10, and somebody made a special guest appearance on the game today. It won't no tight end, won't no nothing. It's quarterback, not named Sam Howell.
Yeah, well, you are correct. We are 4-10. And where do we go from here?
I tell you where we go from here. Y'all just gonna have to listen because this is Only the Huddle podcast.
I know it looks like CeeLo is at a hotel, but he disappeared. I don't know exactly where he is. But Breeze, what's good, man?
What's good?
Oh, there you go.
Is he back? He's still
He
frozen.
trying to slide around the camera. Welcome back to Owning the Huddle podcast. Brother Deuce is here. He's here to defend his O-line. I'm getting sick and tired of you dudes and his fan base talking about my O-line. We gonna handle this today.
I said tell CJ to drop that.
No, y'all not fixing that, bro. Y'all not fixing that.
Nah, it's over. You already put it out there, DT.
I put Troy Apke because he ain't getting on the field. He ain't getting on defense at all.
See, that's the problem. You drinking that South Eagle.
Seriously, he's gonna make the team, and he's gonna be a up back or something.
Up back is crazy. He's not making the team.
What is
Listen, if he makes this team as an up, you know what? Nope.
All the fans leaving again.
They love trap.
What is going on, everybody? This is Only the Huddle podcast presented by Red Zone DC Media. It is your boy DT. We got CeeLo. Now, before we even start the show, I just want to send a quick prayer up. Our guy Deuce, he's having a little personal thing going on with his family, so just pray for, a loved one for him. Times like this, it's around Christmas time as well. So, Deuce, we think about you. We also think about your cousin, man. Sending big prayers up for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and Breeze will probably join the show tonight, but we got Father his way. We definitely respect that time. But in the meantime, it's me, your boy DT, and is CeeLo. And a couple hours after the 28-20 loss between the Commanders and the Los Angeles Rams, I mean, they kind of exceeded my point spread. I ain't gonna lie, I said 31-17 type of game, but it's kind of crazy how we got those 20 points though. So let's go ahead and just get to it, man. Sam Howell got benched. He got benched to me. People can come up here and try to say, he got protected and all this other stuff. No. Let's be real. Sam got benched, bro. Like, the timing was just weird. You like, and if I'm not mistaken, I know I'm not tripping. I think around this time, Taylor Heineke got benched against Carson Wentz, right? Wasn't it Carson Wentz that played against the 49ers? It was like late in the season. It was more games, but it was still around this time. Like, we had a quarterback change brewing. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like this. Sam all that today? No, I mean, it was It was definitely some throws he should have made quicker, things like that. And you see when Brissett came in, the offense was flowing a little bit faster. But to CJ the Hawk point, I'm not going to get extremely, extremely hyped over 4 minutes of quarterback play. even though I did change my Avi, which is absolutely nasty. But at the end of the day, man, like it's just that point of the season where like we're just going to see a bunch of people play, and it's kind of been brewing in my mind. I said, eventually, with the turnovers and stuff, I think it's just seen like past couple of weeks, Sam has had 2 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. So he's been turning the ball over far more frequently. Overall, the offense has been bad and needed a spark, and Brissett provided that spark. I don't know what to make of this because Ron's saying that Sam is going to be the starter next week. He will remain the starter. So I don't know. We might get some more questions later on this episode. But what do you think about that, CeeLo? Because it definitely shot people in the face, and everybody was oohing and ahhing. But still lost. What do you think, man?
I think it's a cluster, bro. You got a first year starter trying to figure out his way, how his game is played. I still feel like, so for Sam, I still feel like the game is still a little fast for him. He's adjusting to the game on the fly. There was a particular play, I don't know if you remember, where he thought he had Terry open down the seam. It was a simple, like a 9 route. And he thought he saw a man come, thought the safety was going to come down, and the safety ended up flowing over there to Terry. Just one of those plays where, you just have to learn and grow from. But he still threw it. Should have been a pick. But dude, he couldn't secure it. So things like that is what you go through as a young quarterback. Now, in this day and age, you like to see a quarterback by week. What are we? Week 14 or week 15, whatever it is. You would like to see a quarterback maybe have figured that out by now. We play some pretty good defenses, I think. And so maybe he's not quite getting it at the rate that you would like to see because, again, he's still a young quarterback, so you have to be reasonable in your timeline. I think sometimes people look at other quarterbacks around the league in their young careers, CJ Stroud right now, Anthony Richardson before he got hurt. Some of these young quarterbacks are like coming in the league day one, Brock Purdy, like day one and going off. And so we see a quarterback taking like a more traditional route and learning how to play the position, and we get a little anxious. But that being said, I agree with you, man. It was a stone cold benching because the game was still, if you think about it, forget about draft picks and stuff like that. If you're trying to win a game, they were within strike. They were within two. Well, yeah, they were. I think it was 28. I think it was 28-7. And so, technically speaking, you were kind of within striking distance if you want your quarterback to play, but you're also trying to win a game and you bench your quarterback for the backup. So, and that's exactly what happened. You got within 2 touchdowns, then you got within 1 touchdown. So. Yeah, man, that's just a regular old benching. You got benched. Jacoby came in, played well. So yeah, man, it's tough. I think nothing, and this is my opinion, maybe this isn't true, but I don't see what good there is to bench the kid personally. Like let him I just feel like playing his best is the best thing for anybody. And I think he needs to play literally as much as he humanly possibly can. And if he's not the kid by the end of the season, you only got 3-4 more weeks. What's the point of benching at this point? You're out of the playoffs. You're officially eliminated after this game, by the way. So I'm not sure what was going to be the result of that. Now, according to Ron, he said that he said that it was for Sam's protection. He was taking some hits. Maybe he wasn't able to protect himself. I don't know. So that was for the best for him and maybe his psyche. Ron knows more than better than I do, I guess, in that perspective. I don't know if I would agree because they're going to go right back to Sam. They didn't bench him for the rest of the season. They benched him for for a quarter. So I don't know.
So, and this is my thing about it too. Like, this is how I know when he says like that, protecting Sam and all that stuff. I don't buy into it because first of all, I think he only got sacked one time. If I'm not mistaken, he only got sacked one time. I mean, was there pressure in the maybe probably hitting stuff? But in my opinion, I felt like Sam had a slightly just good enough amount of plays where he had time to make the throw, but sometimes he was late, or sometimes he kind of unnecessarily try to create something out of nothing or create out of a play that was already designed to be good, but he wanted to run out and make that play, which, of course, one of them led to the interception. I just think, we already know Ron's gonna be gone, but one thing I don't like Ron's not a realist. He's very different from what Jay Gruden was, because when Jay Gruden was here, he was gonna tell you straight up, like, he didn't play good, his feet weren't right, and all the other stuff. Ron's not like that. He's more of he'll leave it slightly in house and then they'll take care of it, but you're not being real with yourself. Like, Sam didn't play like bad. Like, it was like a Buffalo Bills game, but I just felt like nothing was working for the offense, man. Nothing was working. All the stuff, everybody, all the people complain about the wide receivers not separating stuff. As soon as Jacoby come in, bombs away, darts, 4-4. Terry, everybody clown Terry. Terry got some yards today. Career high yards, matter of fact. Career high. 6 catches, 141 yards, and should have been 2 touchdowns. So, I don't know, man. Maybe EB. What if EB was one that bet Sam?
Yeah, so Ron said it was his decision, but I have to believe you talk with your offensive coordinator a little bit to say, hey, listen, we're gonna go with Jacoby for this next series. Any thoughts? Any strong feelings? And I'm pretty sure EB was like, okay, because EB, I have to believe EB felt a little bit vindicated. He's like, see, my shit works. Sorry. He's like, he's like, it ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Jacoby came out there cooking, and so, I mean, it wasn't that pretty. Like, that one to Terry was a little floater. So I'm not saying Jacoby was like, but EB's like, and all of a sudden you see the offensive line, DT. All of a sudden they were blocking. Like, it was all of a sudden it was like, oh,
hey, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. They ain't the Hogs, but I seen with, of course, Brissett is an NFL veteran. He's played long in the league enough. He knows how to go through his progression and stuff. But you can't tell me that from really the main problem I had with the O-line, everybody talk about the tackles, and rightfully so, but it's really the interior. Sometimes the interior get crunched. And for Sam, he's 6'1", so it's hard for him to see, and that's where the majority of the pocket presence comes for him, is when them guys come in front, he has to run outside. With Brissett, 6'4", can see over the line, has good enough pocket mobility to slide in and out of where the guy's coming in, and he makes the plays. Like, this offensive line is not the greatest. I'm not trying to say the offensive line is better with Jacoby, but with a veteran that understands how to work in the pocket and understand how to go through their progressions and reads, which rightfully so, like we said, he is an NFL vet. It helped the offensive line, and it made them look slightly night and day different. And we have seen Sam with some good pockets today. I'm giving Sam credit too. The one throw to Curtis Samuels for the touchdown, that was a clean pocket. We've seen that type of throw with Jacoby Brissett, and that was twice. So I just think, man, like this week gonna be nasty. This about to be nasty. This is my last week of work too. I'm gonna have to sit here and listen to all this. We gotta let the crims, we gotta let the Brissett Brigade meeting well people come in and let them cook, bro. Like, gotta be honest with them, man. Oh my god, I can't believe this is happening, bro.
Hey, what up, Jeff? Troy, Big Baby.
Yeah, man, y'all go ahead, click and like and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead, drop some comments. What are y'all thoughts about this Brissett? You know, this little sample size we saw today from this game, like, because it's really about to dominate next couple of days, and we're already talking about quarterback at 4. I mean, I said it early this week. Like, look, I understand. Like, I'm all in for Sam, you know, if necessary. But if they come in and they feel like this is their guy, rightfully so, you got to get him. I can't tell them what to do. I'm putting my trust in them to make the right decision. You feel me? So is whether it's Caleb Williams or Drake May or Jaden Andrews or Michael Penix at that spot, they feel like that's their guy, and they say that's their guy, go do it. Pull the trigger. I mean, I can't get mad at. Am I right, CeeLo? You can't get mad at that.
Nah, you can't get mad. I think this is why I needed Sam to ball out. I needed Sam to, like, these next, because the Rams, correct me if I'm wrong, I was looking it up when we were talking. That Rams defense is like bad, like bottom half, like 18, 20, depending on what stats you want to choose.
A lot of young players on that defense still trying to figure things out.
Very not terrible, but your best chance, Sam's best chance, and EB's best chance to kind of, you know, show some progress. Doesn't mean they got to win the game, but they can, like, show, you know, march up and down the field and out of the huddle, you know, making the right reads, just seeing a little bit more after week 15. So to get benched was the worst possible scenario. Now a GM's gonna come in and he or whoever's gonna come in and look at the tape, and they're gonna be like, man, we might need a quarterback too. And that's the one position I was hoping that we can, like, hold on to make sure, like, okay, I don't know if Sam's the guy, but Sam, you know, is good enough, smart enough to get us through a 2024, very much of a bridge year. But we're going to have a better offensive line. We're going to have some more weapons, and we got another coordinator potentially. And so you're hoping that you can spend those resources in a different way. And so that you now have you now have Sam and another year under his belt, at least playing in some system in the NFL, and then you go and address the rest of the team. And so if Sam isn't the guy, you at least have a team ready to go 2025, and you go get your guy, or you go, you know, maybe go trade for somebody, whatever. So yeah, it's tough to have to do both. Now you got to you may have to consider doing everything. And that's the tough part, because if it's me, I'll come in and say, yeah, I'm cool, Sam. He's my guy for now. I'm trading down, DT. I am not even thinking about quarterback. I'm going to get me
that's an option too.
I'm going back. I'm going down to pick number 10 or 11. I'm going to get me a 2025 pick, a 2026. I mean, I'm getting a haul because everybody loved Drake May, Caleb, you know, Michael Penix. You know, Jalen, like, everyone is salivating over these dudes, and you want to take advantage of that. But now that Sam and EB is put us in this predicament, theoretically, you could say Ron put us in this predicament, but EB and Sam got us in this situation. You gotta consider quarterback now, which sucks.
And the big problem is going to be is, you know, you more than likely, if you're taking a quarterback, they're probably either the second or third, depending on how the draft goes. You're probably thinking that third best guy out of there, which, for some people, a lot of people are going to say Jaden Daniels, since, he won the Heisman, had an improved season, or Michael Penix. But this team is not a quarterback away.
Mm-hmm.
It is not a quarterback away. We just seen George Carmi, one of our good friends in the chats and also Commander Podcast. He's pointing out that a lot of the same issues with this team will once again be a question mark heading into the next offseason. And that's obviously quarterback, offensive line, linebackers, corners, probably adding another running back because Gibson's contract is going to be up. I don't see Gibson coming back. That's just me, in my opinion. And tight end, like those key parts and conversations like that for a new regime coming in, they already seen evaluated throughout this first couple 15 weeks. That's going to be difficult, bro, because you can't fill every position in one offseason. We got $90 million, but you got to put that money somewhere. Is Cam Curl going to get the money? You and I, we both got different opinions on that. Kendall Fuller, I don't trust nobody in that corner room right now, maybe other than Kendall Fuller, but I think you could do better than Kendall Fuller, like, to be completely honest with you. But you need to get some guys that can play. Linebacker room, Jamin Davis, the fifth-year option is going to be definitely a question mark. The defensive line edge rusher is vastly needed. I like what I've seen from KJ Henry. He has flashed last couple of weeks with the opportunity he's had, despite we're not getting the sacks that we needed. Offensive line, we talked about offensive line the whole offseason. We knew it was going to be bad and stuff, but everything, man, like, I don't know. Bro, you've been saying the whole year, this team is going to look so different come 2024. And it is going to look different come 2024 because Ron's going to be gone. Half of front office people going to be gone. EB is going to be gone. New GM, new head coach, new offense, new defensive coordinator. That's the one I'm really trying to see who's going to be the new defensive coordinator because a lot of questions, man.
I feel like there's a lot of young potentials out there for DC. I think that'll be fun to watch and see who they decide to go with. But yeah, man, that's what I've been trying to say. I think this team is going to look so much different this time next year, or summer of next year. I think it'll be fun to watch and see how they evolve. You know what else I've been talking about all year? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. Hey, look, I'm ready for everything, man. And the Hogs I trust.
Cameron Cheeseman, why are you on this team, bro?
Yo,
I shouldn't even know his name. Like, that's the position. I don't even want to know who you are. Like, just snap. Don't need to know your name. I don't need to know you went to school, all that stuff. And I know everything about this dude because he's, bro.
Oh my God, bro.
He almost got, for the most part, one of the best players on this team straight smashed. Like, legit. Like, you got the place kicker over there practicing because, like, he's awful. Why is Ron sticking to somebody that's so bad? And it's a position that's like you could fill with almost anybody. Like, it's not that hard. What are we doing? Like,
hey, man, I'll tell you this. If you had told me that, so imagine you're in school and you have a problem. Everybody's good, everybody's capable, but it's that one guy that constantly does the same thing over and over again. And when it matters the most, it messes up your grade. You have a chance to get a 100, but because this person does something that should have been fixed from a while ago, you've been telling them should have been fixed, you get a 70. Yeah. It's passing, but It ain't good enough. And right now, Cheeseman has brung the entire special teams grade down to literally, to me, probably a D or a F. Because that's how horrible he has been, bro. Like, it's no reason. There is no reason why you had to change your technique. Like, what are you changing it for? You have one job. All you have to do is snap the ball, make sure it hit Tressway's hands correctly, so that way we can kick an extra point. Usually we're blaming Joey Slye for missing extra points. But every time I hear it says low snap, I'm like, why is the snap low? And I'm looking at Cheeseman, bro. He got a linebacker number. That's Jeremiah Trotter Jr. number next year, because he ain't gonna be on this team, respectfully. I can't take it no more, bro. This dude is messing up the most fundamental thing that you're supposed to be doing.
Listen,
I mean, Jesus.
I'm telling you right now, if you remember, like you just said, 2 years ago, if you recall, we were at a crossroads. I think that was COVID year. So which it had to be 2021. And we were in the bye week, and Ron said I think we were like, I don't know, 3-6. We were under 500. And Ron was like, yep, we're going to evaluate everything. Something's going to have to change. What did he do that bye week? He cut Dustin Hopkins.
He did.
He cut one of the most accurate kickers in the NFL at the time. Now, that's the year he already drafted, he moved up in the draft to pick Cameron Cheeseman. That's also the same season a lot of those a lot of those hikes were low. A lot of those long snaps were low. Even with Dustin Hopkins. So is it safe to say that maybe the common denominator is Cheeseman and not the kicker? We went through Dustin Hopkins. We went through Blewett. We went through some other kid. I can't remember. He was actually pretty decent. And then we brought in Joey Slye. So, and then all those guys have had up and down, times here. And the common denominator is the freaking long snapper who's been messing up kicks from day one. Day one. What are we doing? Why are we even talking about this dude? Like, are you serious right now? And so he finally lost us. He lost us. I mean, he almost got our Pro Bowl, potentially all pro punter hurt, and then we missed an extra point because of it. I'm pretty sure we may have missed the other kicks, field goals, and extra points over the years. We'll never know. But and actually, Tress Way has saved them a couple times. It's a low ball. Tress catches it and gets it up right. And Joey can kick. I mean, it's crazy, bro. It's like, why are we doing this anymore? And Ron is terrific.
Yo, just think about this too. Nick Sundberg was here for a mighty, mighty long time. Very consistent. He was here with Tress Way. Then next thing you know, I know he had some injuries and things in the past, but they let him go. I think he got some beef with the team too. But man, respectfully, you could have just signed a long snapper off the street. I think it would be straight. But trading up the draft for one where you could have drafted an lineman or get a linebacker or a corner, disgusting, man.
Do y'all know what round our current QB1 was drafted? The 5th round. Do you know what round our current long snapper was drafted? The 5th round. There's value in the 5th round, and long snapper ain't it. Period. There's nothing you can tell me to convince me otherwise. Nothing.
I just want people to know how bad this is, bro. You know how bad it is when somebody asks the long snapper a question, right? And This is his response. If he's worried the Commanders will make change at long snapper. I mean, I've been worried all year. I haven't been performing the way I have been wanting to. Most places I probably wouldn't be around still. This is disgusting. This is disgusting because you want to know why? We make changes to defensive backs. We bench your number one corner. You barely play your second round picks. We don't utilize our wide receivers well. I mean, we saw today what happened, but that's beyond the point. We don't run the football. We bench certain people for how they play, but this man has been playing bad all year. He's been playing bad all year. And you know what Ron said? No, I'm not worried. Well, that's okay. You ain't got to worry about it in January because you're gonna be gone. Because this is wild. We should not be talking about a long snapper.
Ever.
We talk about three things on this show, and that is O-line, that is quarterback, and that is defense entirely. We should not be talking about the long snapper being a liability, bro. This is
we down real bad, bro.
We down bad.
We are down bad when we talking about. We spend more than 3 seconds on talking about the long snapper. It's bad, man. I don't know. Crazy. Special teams. Our special teams is very special. So, like I said,
very, very special.
Man.
And to top it all off with the injuries, so Leno got hurt today, and Larson got hurt. So you had Nick Gates, and you also had Lucas playing out there when Jacoby Brissett came in. I think a little bit. I think they also played a little bit with Sam, but they played pretty much the second half. And you play the Jets next week. Play the Jets, 49ers, and you end the season with Dallas.
So I think Leno's been battling through injury a lot last season and a little bit this season. But I still think, and I've always felt that Lucas was actually a little bit better left tackle. I thought he played well when he subbed in for Leno. Well, I think it was in New York. I can't remember the game that he played. I think it was New York. But one of those games he played well, but he went right back to the bench. I think that to me, that's an upgrade. So I'm cool with that. Larson's problem all these years have been injury. He's had a hard time staying healthy. So while he's decent as a center, I think he's more of a backup than he is a starting center, but he always gets injured at some point. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So we go back to Nick Gates, and then we got Strongbird's already on IR, so he's not an option. So yeah, man, it's gonna be. We'll talk about the Jets later, but that's gonna be a nasty game on both sides. Nasty.
This draft class is so bad, bro.
Yeah, I think the only guy, in my opinion, that may end up being something. Well, I know it's too early for Forbes. I know everyone else doesn't want to give up on Forbes yet, but man, I don't know.
Well, he's barely playing. Your number one barely playing, bro.
Yeah, I got to go back and look at that percentage. Like, how many snaps did he actually play today? It was I barely saw him on the field.
CeeLo, I promise you, I seen him on the first drive. I was like, cool. I seen the brace, but I didn't hear his name later on until they scored a touchdown to Demarcus Robinson in the corner of the end zone, and they called a penalty on him. And I was like, oh, they put him in the game now? I don't know if that was a personnel decision or what, but bro, just let him play.
Yeah.
There's no reason to be like this. Oh, we're gonna play this matchup, all this stuff. Because I'm tired of St. Juice. St. Juice is dry. St. Juice is fried because he getting cooked every week now, and it's simple stuff like, bro, he sees you got Cooper Kupp, one of the best route runners in the league, and he's running short to the sticks, and you're overthinking it. Like the secondary overthinks entirely too much, and I literally saw that today. St. Juice overthought on a crucial third down that could have got us on the field, and he got it easily. And then that 65-yard touchdown, I'm like, yo, Cooper Kupp is right there. There should be no reason why you had three people, and when you're playing some type of zone coverage, everybody's trying to look at the running back. I mean, oh my God, bro, that is disgusting. He's wide open. Only us, though.
Bro. I just like I don't get it. I don't get none of these decisions they're making. St. Juice he's bad. They don't want to play Forbes when he's healthy. I have no idea what they're thinking. Typically, your starting corners they play 100% of your snaps. They never come off the field. Ever. There is no like, oh, this coverage, that coverage, or Matt. No, they just play. like, so what are we doing with Forbes? You know what I'm saying? Like these dudes it makes no sense. Go to any other roster, look at any other percentage of plays, snaps. I guarantee you that the starting outside corners are playing close to 100% of the snaps. Only here, you're going to find a guy playing like 30% and then 70%, right? It's just weird, you know what I'm saying? And so I don't get what they're doing. Something about the Forbes situation don't even feel right from day one.
And here's the problem I had when I'm not trying to look. I think Forbes will be a great player in this league. Where I feel like you get the right coaching staff, and once he builds himself up, I think he'll be a solid, the good, or maybe potentially great player somewhere, Pro Bowl caliber somewhere down the line. But at this point, you're telling me he's a liability because of his weight. Has to be the only reason why he's not playing out there. They're running at him, all this stuff. They're testing him. They know he's skinny. They know what he does. Sometimes he might duck smoke a little bit. I haven't seen him duck smoke lately because obviously he ain't been on the field. So I can't say he's been ducking smoke because he ain't out there to catch the smoke, respectfully. But that's why I had a problem when you're trying to get somebody to do something, you know, and there's always that question is, well, can he do it at this level? Because it's mighty different from college to the NFL because now teams see Forbes, they're running at him. That's not going to be a question for a guy like a Gonzalez or a Banks or a Joey Porter. It's going to be more about coverages. What can you run against them in coverage? But right now, you're telling me that my first round pick is a liability. And probably my best secondary player that I've seen today, it was Quan Martin, who's been catching strays on this app and past couple weeks, but he's been playing good so far with the opportunities he's had. I like what I've seen from Quan Martin. But overall, man, this secondary is not good. Secondary coach is not good. The defense is absolutely horrid.
You said it at best. They are horrible. And yeah, bro, I don't know what else to say. It's a bad situation. I see Commander C posted up there, and you know, people not being coached. And then I saw him earlier say our secondary next year. I don't know if we know what our secondary is going to look like. I think all these guys minus Cam Curl will be back. If Cam Curl gets re-signed, he'll be back, obviously. But I think it's going to be a competition. I think they're going to draft a bunch of guys. I think they're going to go sign a bunch of guys in the offseason. And there will be a true competition at every single position on the football field, Forbes included. And may the best man win. Because there's nothing these guys are doing on tape. Like on tape, to tell you, yep, I got to pencil him in. He's going to be great. Nothing. Cam Curl, I like Cam Curl. I like his game. He's a solid player. So I think if they bring him back, I think that'll be fine. But I still think you go out there and you draft every position in that secondary, or you go out and look for to get better and just create competition. And guys get typically, iron sharpens iron. So I'm cool with that. But I'm not hopeful of BSJ. Forbes, that's a tough start. I'm a little worried, but we'll see. And you got Quan. I like Quan's game a lot. I think he'll be just fine. And then I think Fuller is going to be a free agent as well as Cam. So it all depends on what they do to bring them back. So yeah, man, it's going to be this is not what I expected going into 2023. Even John Allen was like, this is the best secondary I think we've played with. Yeah, he couldn't have been more wrong. He couldn't have been more wrong because this secondary is toast. But
he needs to stop being practice hype, bro.
But John Allen and that whole defensive line in the secondary, they play off each other anyway, so they can't talk so much because they ain't getting no pressure. Like Matthew Stafford started out 17 for 18, bro. Like he was rolling, no pressure. So the defensive line can't talk for so much.
Bro, the only people that I've seen, okay, Payne had 2 sacks, but whatever.
Yeah, Payne played well. I thought he played well.
But
overall,
when we're talking about these younger guys, like, oh my God, man. That boy Mathis, he's doing Nutrisystem. He ain't doing nothing out there. Oh my God, yo! He gets in the game. I see no impact at all. I seen more plays from Ridgeway than I seen from Mathis, bro. I'm not even joking. Like 1 tackle.
That's a great point. That's a great point. I have not heard much about Mathis. Actually, I ain't really heard much about Ridgeway. That interior line outside of Duran and John, and even John been really quiet. It's just been quiet, man. I don't know. Nothing impactful, man. I remember Duran had the great 3-play. Remember that one series? He literally took over the series in Denver. That was it. Like I haven't really seen too much of that. That defensive line is quiet, bro. Listen, this is a throwaway year, fellas and ladies who listen to this. This is you take this year and forget about it. Forget about it.
Yo, like
nothing from this year you want to take to go into 2024. Nothing.
I mean, like Mathis is just there, bro. He's a backup. No plays at all. No impact. No big play. Like, bro, he's just there. Allen has been mainly absent. Okay, Payne get his sacks and stuff, but it's really no merit to this point. The only defensive alignment that I have been excited to see has been KJ Henry and Andre Jones. They have flashed so far from that edge room, despite the fact we get rid of Montez Sweat, who now he has 13 sacks on the season overall and still lead the team with sacks over here. I mean, there's nothing impressive about this group. And then Kaliki Hudson. Have you ever noticed that when the season is probably over, barely over, we're on the clips of being over, that's the only time he plays, and every time he plays, he flashes good or he looks great? Yeah. I'm done with that. I'm done with all that. This guy needs to be starting next year. I know it sounds wild, but his style of play fits the modern NFL. The only knock probably against him is that he's 5'11". He's not the biggest linebacker out there, but his speed, his instincts, he's been in the system so long, and he's had he makes plays, bro. He makes plays. And I don't understand why we wait until we reach the point of like nowhere that he has to play and get increased amount of snaps.
He was a safety in Michigan, right?
He's like a hybrid safety linebacker.
Okay.
Safety linebacker.
Yeah, I liked him. I think he felt like he was more instinctual than like a Jamin. Like Jamin, Jamin is kind of still thinking about stuff sometimes, and so he's not quite there when he's supposed to be there. Where I feel like Kaliki is a little bit more. He kind of feels the game a little bit more, so he knew like he was attacking, like he was. I mean, downhill, he was like on it. Like a couple plays, a couple tackle for losses. Like he actually played really well. But I think the issue with him though is the position, like you said. He can't replace. Well, they haven't figured out a way to replace Cody, so he can't play the middle, the mic because of the size. He's just too small. And then Jamin apparently is more comfortable playing weak side. So and we don't play a true 4-3. So it's just poor coaching. I think it's poor coaching. Guys like that, you figure out a way to get them on the field, and we tend to stick to our guys. Like Ron and Jack seem to stick to their guys. I think to them draft positioning matters. Salary matters a little bit of other stuff matters versus just on the field producing. So I just that's just typical NFL.
Man, we're 4-10. We're definitely going to be locking up a top 5 pick.
Oh yeah, I was hoping for a little while that New England would pull one out, but that didn't last too long.
Yeah, I was hoping for the Bears too, but that game was a slugfest. But
yeah,
okay, so let's
Cleveland won that game, right?
Yeah, they won by 3. Let's ask this game. Right? Let's ask this right. New GM comes in, new head coach come in. They look at the roster. They're like, okay. To me, I think Sam can win you games, but he's not the guy that I want to consistently win games with. I want my guy. But I also see that this roster is nowhere near as hype as what some people think. I think it's missing a lot of premium talent. I think it's missing those key guys that's needed to help this team be better, mainly linebacker, mainly some corners that can actually play whatever coverage you've run and play with some consistency. How far would you trade back if you wanted to trade back? I know it's way too early for draft season, but I just feel like this team needs players, and we need to hit on these players. We need to hit. And I'm talking about guys that can contribute right away and be consistent year in and year out. Like we've seen for the Detroit Lions, we've seen for the 49ers, we've seen for the Baltimore Ravens. These high-class organizations, that's what we're trying to be. How far would you trade back? Are you thinking about out top 10? Like, how far would you go?
Yeah, man. I'm probably, this is my opinion. It's purely based on the offering, right? So unfortunately, it's not a sprint. It's a marathon. And I'm taking the best deal possible because think about it. What in this draft are you missing out on if you go past the top 10? Is there a big difference between Olua, whatever his name is, left tackle in the first in the first 3 first 5 picks, and a left tackle and between 11 and 15? Like, you gotta look at it like that. Like, look at it. What are you giving up? What are you so desperate and losing out on versus potentially a 2025 first round pick, a 2026 first round pick, a second round pick, a fourth round pick, like all these. So is that one guy going to move the needle to a level where you feel like you can give up? So that's the question you have to ask yourself. Is Drake May, just for example, right? I think Caleb's off the table. So let's say is Drake May or Jalen Daniels so much where, okay, like that, those guys, they gonna move the needle. They're gonna definitely move the needle. I don't have to have a perfect team around them. This is RG3 2020, 2012. Remember, 2011, what did we win? 3 games, right? 4 games. The same team came back with some tweaks, and RG3 and Shanny and company got them to 10 wins. So is that? Or is it, I need to build, like you said, I need to build around whoever I draft, because that guy is not going to move the needle, by himself enough to where it justifies. So you have to ask yourself, that's the question you have to ask yourself. What am I getting for this pick? Is it the one player that's boom, I'm good, and I'm going to just build normally. I got a second round pick. I got 2 second round picks. Or is it there's no player worth that? Some team wants Drake May, come up and get him. How much you want for him? That's the question you ask yourself. And then you think about, okay, instead of the Drake May, I'm going to get all this draft capital to do what the Texans are doing now with the trade they got for Watson, right? Like that's how you have to look at it, or all the assets that that Miami got. So all these trades can really work out in your favor, but you got to have the right people. Blah, 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 blah. That's the question. So if I'm moving down, to answer your question directly, DT, I probably want to go, I ideally don't want to go past 10. I could go to 12 or 13. I'll be fine. I'm gonna still get a dude. It's a top 13 pick. Like, what do you mean? Number 12 pick was Pat Mahomes. Number 25 pick was AR. You know what I'm saying? 15 years ago, whatever it was. So yeah, I mean, there's talent all throughout the first round, but so I wouldn't get caught up on I gotta have a top 5, I gotta have a top 10 pick, or that's not worth it. Like, no, you can find blue chip players throughout, especially in the first round. You just got to do it right, because the first round hit is 50%. So you gotta get it right, and you gotta make sure you're picking the right guy for your system. You're fine. Keep it top 13, ideally. Maybe top 15, but you want to you can do. I can do that and still give me a bunch of like a haul. Sign me up. But I need you, people like you, DT, like you watch a lot of college football. You've seen these guys. Like, is Drake May? Is Jalen? Are these guys going to move the needle? Or is it going to require, to your point, like I need a team around them? I need everything. Like, can I win with Drake May right now? That's the question. Like, if he was on his team right now, could he help us win 10 games? I don't know.
And I think that's the biggest thing that folks need to realize is that you're talking about getting a new quarterback in here. You got to look at the environment that we're providing for that new quarterback, and I'm gonna save some of my comments on some of the quarterbacks in this draft, but me personally, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even think maybe Caleb, but I don't think the rest of these quarterbacks can succeed and have the same impact on a team like we've seen with CJ Stroud, or some of the rookie quarterbacks we've seen in recent memory. I just think that this team, and I asked this question because this team needs a lot of guys. And it's probably going to take maybe 1 to 2 years with a brand new coaching staff and new front office to get the team where we want it to be. And you're trying to get a quarterback and you're entertaining quarterback going there. Understand that, okay, you got the quarterback, but that means free agency is always for the draft. That means in free agency, you've done some things to help the offensive line, free agency, and maybe that second and third round picks, you're going to get some guys that can instantly help at the tackle spot or guard spot. Something like that. Like this team needs players, and we're going to have the same conversation about the same spots once again: quarterback, linebacker, O-line, tackle, corner. Like those key spots once again, man. Those spots are going to be in question.
Yeah, that's the question. You know, I mean, I keep going. I can't help but go back to 2011, 2012. We had a poor roster in 2011. We had a lot of injury, but we also had we had a lot of needs. But instead of sticking to where I think we were like number 6 pick or something like that, number 8 pick, you know, we trade up and we go spend 3 first-round picks, a second, a fourth, a fifth for RG3. You know, would we have done that again? Would you do that again? Right. But we end up winning 10 games. So people feel like, but no, I wouldn't do that again. No, we were screwed for the next 4 years. We have one semi-successful season that required a miraculous end, Kirk Cousins, and a bunch of other luck to by the way, RG3 wasn't that good. People forget. We were 3-6. He kept taking sacks. He didn't know how to slide. He was not very good, and our defense was good. But like, so some people, and I'm guilty of this sometimes. Like sometimes when the quarterback is like really good, they can like cover up all kinds of like the Patriots, for example. They are a horrible drafting team, but guess who's their quarterback for 20 years, right? In the second half of the 20 years, because he was like already the dude, he was able to overcome all the draft mistakes. Like he was like, I mean, he was guaranteeing you like 12 wins. Plus, they had a crappy division. We have a strong division, and we have, you know, and we're not. If what you're saying is true, you don't see a quarterback at least year 1, year 2 that's going to like take the team off the top. So trade back. You know what I'm saying? Like get a bunch of picks and go literally shopping and go get studs. Go get some dogs. We need a defensive end. We need cornerbacks. We need another wide receiver. We need linebacker. We need all 5 offensive line potentially. So yeah, go to work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you might get a top 5 pick and then one of them first round picks in the future, because you know who you trade with, they may be crappy. So like it's all about like it's not a sprint, man. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. You got to look at it way past like today.
Yep, it's definitely a marathon, man. And for me personally, I've been patient enough. I could be patient again. I'm putting a lot of trust in, you know, these guys to make the right decision whatever they do, you know. Whether it's going with the best talent there, maybe a tackle or trading back, it gets some more guys to go with the team. Or if you feel like this quarterback can transcend the deficiencies on your team, do it. Right. But the coaching has to be superior that can help the talent around them. And we have seen a couple of these coaches so far, the past 2 years, we've seen these coaches coach up these players, coach the scheme, schematics, put these players in the right position to overcome what they had.
I agree, man. Coaching, so GM is important. GM, president, GM, whatever you want to call him, and whoever he chooses for head coach, defensive coordinator, that is like so important. Like, please, I cannot wait for us to have a coaching staff that's like just that transcends, or at least looks like they're thinking outside the box. They're coaching to the players' talents. It's not the other way around. I mean, they're developing, which that happens a little bit here, but not enough. They're actually like legitimate, you know, coaches that's teaching these kids how to play football professionally, and on the football field, it translates and they pop. I can't wait to see that. So it's too many Jamin Davises, bro. It's taken 3 years. We still don't know what he is. You know what I'm saying? Like 3 years. You know, how do we say Jahan Dotson has regressed? Like, it's weird, bro. It's just, it's just I can't wait to see a coaching staff that takes these guys and put them in a situation where they can succeed and be confident. All you see is a bunch of dudes kind of just like Commander C said, they just kind of playing. They just playing out there. So yeah.
All right, so we both go ahead and wrap this up.
Yeah.
What are your final thoughts from watching this game and seeing Brissett playing? And you got 3 more games left, bro. Got 3 more games left, and then you get ready for that Big Black Monday, because we already know. What are your thoughts, bro?
To wrap up the game, totally confused. I don't know what to think about the game because the score doesn't feel indicative of how the game went. He had a couple of really quick touchdowns by Jacoby in that offense. Some will call it garbage time. I do not take much from that. And I'm happy for Terry, by the way. Get your yards, bro. I'm not taking that away from you. But to me, I've said it from day one last year, or this past offseason, I want Sam Howell to take literally every single snap. I wanted him to continue to see what we have in Sam Howell, even if it means garbage time. I need to see more Sam Howell because I don't want there to be any questions. If we move on from Sam, for whatever reason, if we do, I don't want there to be any what ifs and da-da-da-da. I need to see Sam play it out. There's no reason to play Jacoby. Zero reason to play Jacoby Brissett. We're not trying to win. We're trying to see and evaluate players. And I know players don't think that way. They want to win. Got it. But I want to see players in evaluation mode. I need to see Sam finish it out, finish strong, finish confidently. And if he's not the guy, we have 17 game sample size. I don't want no questions. So for me, the game was the game. It was. I predicted 35-21. Ended up being 28-20. So I wasn't that far off. No thanks to Cheeseman. So that's it, man. Tough game. I'm sorry these dudes lost, but this is where we are. We in semi-tank mode, my guys.
Man, boy, yeah. Last 3 weeks, man, I ain't gonna lie. I think I zoned out, bro. I think I zoned out in the season, man. I might watch like 1 quarter. That's it. Go ahead, chill, wrap these presents up, get ready for the next season. But on a serious note, I think it's pretty reassuring to hear that they said Sam was still going to be the starting quarterback, even though you did put out some BS out there because you're saying, we protected him. No, he only got hit 1 time. But
wait until he plays the Jets. Wait till he plays the 49ers. You think that's going to bench him?
Yeah. But, man, I just think, bro, to be honest with you, season has been long. 3 games left, playing top defenses, and we've seen from a lot of defense we were playing, they won't really like top, but they're NFL defenses, but 2 touchdowns, 6 picks. Need Sam. Got to see some improvement for Sam, bro. And I'm not going to put all the pressure on. I just need to see improvement from the offense in general. Offense overall has been horrible. I said this offseason, heading into 2024, it will be a young starting quarterback in DC. And it's either Sam Howell or it's going to be a guy that they feel like is their guy. And that's how I'm going to end the show, man. That's how I feel. And it is what it is for this point. You got to get ready for the Jets next week because apparently Aaron Rodgers trying to play.
I don't know why. They eliminated.
Yo, if we get cooked by Aaron Rodgers after he came off Achilles,
like 3 months ago,
I promise you, y'all won't see me till next year. Y'all will not see me till next year, dog. I'm talking about like if he's throwing bombs to like Lazard if he's throwing like 50-yard bombs to Lazard or somebody we never heard of, yeah, I ain't gonna be up here, bro. I'm gonna be up here in spirits. I might comment up here in the comment section, but I ain't gonna be up here to show my face because that's the amplitude of the season. But with that being said, this is the Only Huddle podcast with your boy DT and CeeLo. Breeze is out, taking care of things. Produce, we're praying for you and your cousin, man. Hopefully he fights through it. We all believe in prayer. And this was a good episode tonight. I think we're just going to end it off right here. You guys have a safe night, and we'll probably see y'all next week. You might not see me next week if we lose, though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm serious. If we get cooked by Aaron Rodgers after Achilles, nah, bro. Y'all have a safe night.